What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about draft prospect Nate Wiggins. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter, Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So in today's video, I do want to talk about draft prospect Nate Wiggins. Nate Wiggins goes about 6'2", 185 pounds, and he is the cornerback out of the University of Clemson. And I do think he may be on the Falcons' radar in this upcoming draft. He could possibly be one of those guys that the Falcons select, whether we trade back in the first round or whether we pick him up in the second round. He's projected to be a late first rounder or possibly a second round pick in this upcoming draft. But he is one of those guys that's one of those lanky type corners, very athletic, puts me in the mind of an AJ Terrell. They both so happen played at the University of Clemson, and he also is from Atlanta, Georgia. So I definitely could see a Nate Wiggins possibly fit in with this Atlanta Falcons team. He is a guy that's ran a 4.2 40 at the combine. And he's one of those guys that's a very aggressive corner. He prefers to play off corner, meaning play off the ball, where he can look at the quarterback's eyes in zone situations. He's one of those guys that's really good at coming up and picking off the ball. Last year, he had 2 interceptions for the Clemson Tigers. But he is one of those guys that has that length to match up against some of those taller wide receivers that we'll face, like the Mike Evans and like a lot of the different guys that are now playing in the NFL. And I think he could possibly be that second corner to play opposite of AJ Terrell if we decide to draft him. But he is one of those guys that's extremely athletic. One of those guys that can come down and tackle in open space. And you guys know that I'm huge on defensive backs being able to tackle, because at times your defensive players in the front seven are going to lose the edge or lose contain on the outside as far as your outside linebackers and defensive ends. And you have to have corners that are not reluctant to come up and be physical and make tackles in one-on-one situations against running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. So I definitely think he is one of those guys that the Falcons could possibly take in this draft. We could possibly, like I mentioned, get him in the second round, but he could also be a late first-round pick. But he's one of those guys that I definitely think could fit with this Raheem Morris scheme. I do think the Falcons will play a lot more zone this year. I don't think the Falcons are going to play a ton of man-to-man defense in the back end of the secondary. So I definitely think Wiggins is one of those guys at Clemson that he played both man and zone, but I believe he's best when playing zone coverage where he can read the quarterback's eyes and make plays on the football. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Nate Wiggins. Do you think he could be a player that the Falcons could draft? Would you like to see the Falcons draft him in this upcoming 2024 draft? I definitely think he could add value to our Atlanta Falcons team. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace. And make sure you don't forget to hit that subscribe button for your boy.